Sagittarius, Sagittarius, Rexin, Flexin. Something to do with Tatiana or T-Rex or Flexin, or like a program. So like I keep hearing like flexing, like flex. So some of you, because I'm hearing a programmer. So some of you are like a computer analyst or Annalise. I'm hearing Annalise or leasing to let. Something to do with like a property and looking to rent a property or to lease out a part of your property. I don't know if you're into property management for a lot of you, and it's like building. Like if you want to do a building, you have to lease something out. Like I don't know if because I'm hearing some guys or something. Some guys will and some guys won't. But generally, or Jennifer, Jalen, Juice and Jalian, Alien, something to do with aliens. The aliens are landing. Be careful, you lot that believe in the extraterrestrials. X marks the spot, Capricorn. So you could be dealing with a Capricorn. Something to do with like renting out machinery is what I'm picking up. Like you need machinery in order to like build or something. Because I'm hearing like a setting out like a program. But I'm also picking up like a computer program. But I'm also picking up like a piece of, what do you call it, when you have to go and see an architect. So some of you play on a computer and it's Archangel, I don't know, I'm hearing Archangel, but like or Earthangel, hello, but a program where you're looking for an architect in order to build something is pretty much what I can see, because I can see plans being made and being drawn up. Like something being drawn. So I don't know if you're like drawing physically, like some of you, like you're into arts and crafts and you're physically sketching and drawing. I'm also hearing etch-a-sketch, something is sketchy. Could have something to do with around a Scorpio sketching. Very sketchy, like etch-a-sketch, or the person's acting very sketchy. But the only thing is that you might have something to do with Scorpio energy. You have to watch that reading. What else have you got, Sagittarius? We'll get on with your tarot reading in a second. Something to do with Tara. Hello, Tara. But something to do with, because I can see like a white piece of paper, okay, and something being drawn out. Now, like, say if you're building and you want like to renovate places, it's kind of like that you have to go and see an architect in order to sketch it out, because I can physically see in my head like a white piece of paper with like a program of like, okay, like we want this piece here and this piece here and this piece here. So it feels like drawing up plans. That's it, plans. Like making plans, making future plans, but also drawing up plans as well. So if any of you are having anything built, then I'm also hearing the name Bill. Also Bill. Like fitting the bill, like trying to save up in order to do something around drawing or around planning. Like looking for planning permission. So if you're building, it will be planning permission. As soon as you like permits and stuff like that, like we need a permit, but we need planning permission. As soon as you get planning permission, then we can go for to get the architect in order to look at what it is that we want building. So some of you, I don't know if you actually like your fella or if you're guys that are watching this and you do it for a living, like you work around like building construction. Like I used to do bricklaying and all that kind of thing, right? So those aspects are there, maybe for the guys or for some of you where your husband or your partner does this kind of thing, right? Some of you. Now, for those that are not looking for the planning permission part, I'm kind of picking up where it is around arts and crafts and drawing, like drawing things up, like etch-a-sketch, or like physically, like I don't know, painting and drawing and sketching, and like I don't know, it could even be tattoos. It's saying something to do around tattoos. So some of you, you know, you might design tattoos, or you might be a designer in certain things. I'm also picking up like a computer designer, someone that designs clothes, or somebody that designs programs, like a physical computer analyst programmer, okay? Because I definitely keep picking up a program, and I keep picking up a pen as well, like drawing for some of you, like you keep drawing or something. Okay, what else have you got, Sagittarius? Something to, because they keep saying about his program, and it briefly comes to me because I don't know if any of you out there are from Britain and you watch football. Because a program is also like a football program. So it's a little bit like, oh, okay, they're saying something around, you know, I was going to say nerds and geeks, but you know when sometimes, I mean, I've never done this, but I think that you have this in America. you know when you have like baseball or something, and I've seen this on television on a film before, but where like guys they have like a lads night, right, and they have like a they join something like a crew of people that like football or that like something particular like baseball, and they go down into like a man cave or whatever it is, and I don't know what you call that. What on earth do you call that? I don't know what you would say here that you would call that. But yeah, where people basically get together and they because I'm seeing like top trump cards and things like this, top trump cards or physical cards, but they keep saying cards. Like playing like you could be dealing with a Capricorn energy, like gambling or playing like 21. So you could be dealing with the Pisces. So gambling, cards. Yeah, I mean it could be tarot cards and all that kind of thing. I don't know. Yeah, but please people, please don't keep promoting businesses on this. Sorry. But yeah, because the only reason I say that, man, we've gone through this before, Sagittarius. The only reason I say that is because I have a difference of opinion of a lot of people, like because I don't believe in law of attraction. I've been through God knows how many spiritual connections with people, so I see soulmates and twin flames completely and utterly different. I kind of worked it out within my head of what my belief is, and the reason why I don't do all of this kind of like joining in kind of stuff is because I have a completely different way of looking at it. And that's why I kind of like I go down that route, but don't take no notice of me. But like tarot cards and all these kind of things, and doing your thing, right? So that's there, and it's like joining a crew. I keep saying join the crew. What else have you got, Sagittarius? But program, something to do with fitness as well, like a fitness program, because I keep hearing flex, like flexing, like like so. Like I don't know if this is to do with the name Jim or James, or like joining the gym and like a program. So I don't know, you could even work at the gym and you could be doing this, because I'm hearing like I need to sort out a program for everybody else to follow it, right? So like a program for people to follow the program, right? So it's kind of like get in line. So you could be dealing with Leo for a lot of you, right? Get in line. You need to fit the bill and you need to fall into line. So it's kind of like we need to fall in. Is this something that's very regimented? Somebody that goes to like I don't know, like a Marine or Maria or Marina or Malia or anything beginning with M, Matilda, Maria, Melissa, Emily, Emma, M, but like something that's regimented, right? Like so like structure, like somebody goes as a Marine. That's it, as a Marine, because I'm hearing like fall in, and fall in. Okay, or Fallout. Some of you are playing like computer games, so like Fallout, or Far Cry, or Fallout. But like, or you may have fell out with somebody. Or it's like, okay, they're saying that you could have fell out with a person. It's like, well, we're falling out over this. So whatever it is that you may be doing, you could be falling out over it, because they keep saying Fallout, right? But fall in. But like, you're fooling me, you're being tricked, you're being conned. So, oh God, here we go. Something to do with Connett, the name Connett or Michael. But like, fall in, and then because we're falling in, I'm being fooled, and now we're falling out over it. Like, whatever it is, it feels like this energy is going to make people fall out over this. So be careful what you do. This is why I don't join in. I'm sorry, but I don't. Like, fall in, fall out. Like, fall in, fall out. Like, I'm being a fool. I'm being tricked. So again, you could really have something to do with some of the past placements. You'll have to watch Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter of the same channeled stuff, right? Just a brief thing, because someone was asking me to I don't know, I mean, I might do that live thing, but I don't really. But because I have a difference of opinion against a lot of people, and in order to save fighting over that, I just find it best to just not be involved, because then I don't have to have a difference of opinion against people, and people like, because I can rub people up the wrong way, and I can really trigger people off because of my opinions being completely different, right, to a lot of others. So I always feel like I don't fit in, but that's me being in the Scorpio reading, so you'll have to watch that. Right? But like fall in, fall in, fall in, fall out. But they're saying something around like this could lead to a fallout. Like it you see, the trouble is with spiritual people. The trouble is with spiritual people is that everybody is, you're awake, right? You're waking up, so you're all desperate, right? Sorry, but like you have these people that are like grasping hold of energy. They'll grasp hold of anything, like any piece of information. They'll grasp hold of anything that they can in order to survive, right? So it's survival of the fittest. So when everybody out there is in the spiritual community, it's like survival for the fittest, right? So you get competition, and then you get God knows what else, and then you get competitive energies, and especially if you're dealing with anything that's competitive, you're competing, right? So you're competing. So you're repeating it. So you're going over it and 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 over it, like a rehearsal. This kind of thing, like we need to rehearse it, we need to rehearse it, we need to rehearse it. I don't know where these messages are going, Sagittarius. This is what I'm saying. Sometimes people have to, like, I have this way of triggering people off, I feel, and it's because I put my job first. I put myself first, right? My job always comes first, and my channel messages. So some people can watch this and they can be like, "Oh my God, you're triggering me off." You're kind of like, "Oh, you're talking about me," and I'm kind of like, "No, like my job is to be a channeler, and in order to not have an ego and to have that attached, I have to pretty much give the messages." That was it. Somebody was asking me about this kind of stuff. What was it? I was going to say something. Yeah, like law of attraction and stuff like that. Like, I don't believe in it. I've done this for so many years that it's absolute brainwash poppycock crap. And all this, like, love yourself first. Really? Love yourself first. Everybody explain to me then how it is that you do that, right? And explain to me how is it that you've ever felt really any different about yourself at all, right? You always feel bad about yourself at times. You always feel good about yourself at times. You feel completely different not in a relationship because you feel desperate that you want one. And then when you get in one, the whole scenario of life completely changes form and shape altogether whilst being in a relationship. There are different factors to self. And everybody will just say, you got to love yourself first, right? But you might as well go to the library and buy a book, right? Honestly, because it says it in the book. It says what it does on the tin. Right. So when you listen to things and you have conditioning of people that will all say, you got to love yourself first. I guarantee you that's the Mandela effect, and that's people that pretty much go around listening to tarot card channels and then they say love yourself first, and it says it in a book. So, okay, like the High Priestess turns over. Okay, you need to use your intuition. Tell me exactly what your intuition is. Right, can you explain your intuition? And loads of people are going to be saying like, yeah, no, your intuition is blah, blah, blah. And I bet you got that from other people. I bet you that your intuition will lead you down a garden path. It's just like everybody that says, okay, I have free will. Sure, you have free will. You make a choice, and then you're in it. When you're in it, you fight to get out of it because you think, shit, that was a mistake. I shouldn't have really said that. I shouldn't have really done that. Go back to square one. So if time of metaphysics isn't possible of past, present, future, but as a human being, we live out of past because we have a memory, but really when you look at time, it doesn't exist, right? So metaphysics. Yeah. So when you look at free will, really all you get done is like you go and make a decision. You think, oh shit, I wish I hadn't have said that. I wish I hadn't have done that. I wish I hadn't have made that mistake. I wish I hadn't have thought that way. Blah blah blah. You split up, you break up, you have an argument, you do whatever. You go back to square one. You do the same thing. You play out the same cycle of 10. So really, where is your intuition within all of that crap? You know, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, well, you did. Oh well, I should have listened to my intuition. Yeah, well, my intuition was telling me that something may have been possible or going on, but really, is that because I'm awake and I'm going crazy and I have PTSD? Or is it the fact that my mind is just really acting like a human, right? So am I overanalyzing and am I overthinking? So what is it that I'm creating? My own reality of what? Right? Which is your free will. So you have a free will chance in order to think constantly, right? So where are you, really? So everybody is designed to be alone, right? Everybody. Trust me, when you're dealing with Virgo energy, by the way, I would say, but like, you know, when you are like physically spiritual, you'll spend a hell of a long time realizing that I don't fit in. I don't fit in with the crowd. I don't fit in with people, right? Because you trust me, you will. When you get to a certain stage, you'll start to see people in life as batshit crazy and like, my God, you lot are absolutely nuts. You know, you're crazy. And then people will see you as like a very strange person, because you're out of the matrix. You're kind of like in and out of reality, right? So when you have a completely and utterly different view and aspect of life altogether, you'll start to realise, well, like 5-10 years ago, man, I used to really believe in the twin flame soulmate bollocks. Where did that get me? A spiritual connection. But where did it really get me? Feeling isolated, feeling alone, feeling having to deal with my karma, feeling having to like really have to like put myself out there and be extremely vulnerable. I have to take chances and risks in life, right? So when you get to a certain point, you kind of think, well, you know what is it that I'm actually physically fighting for? For everybody to like be against me for what I believe? Because everybody will believe something different along their path of evolution. You'll always believe something else, right? So when I need to believe in myself. Yeah, you believe in yourself at the condition of what it is that you believe, and not everybody's going to fall in line in order to believe in what you do, right? So you'll just end up either having voodoo and people that get very extremely desperate in order to find love, and they'll do anything that they can in order to do it. So they create voodoo. So then people start talking about voodoo, and then everybody believes in it, and then everybody's like, oh my God, voodoo! They must be doing some sort of witchcraft. Yeah, but I haven't seen it, but I think they have and feel it have. But really what I'm having is an awakening. Right? So it only takes me to say, voodoo. And everyone's like, what? Right? So, like, where on earth is it? Why does this always keep going back down to, like, spiritual community and tarot cards? Like, why is that such a thing? Stephen King, something to do with a thing, something to do with Steve, another Stephen. People keep telling me there's other Stephens, which there are. But where on earth is this channel message going? Sorry, I have to keep talking about spiritual community people, you know, because I don't fit in. Like I said, I really do not fit in, because I have a completely different way of looking at it. And as soon as I hear things like love yourself first and like soulmate energies, I kind of think, yo, you want one of those, right? You know, you want to go through the turmoil of that, right? So, you know, you have these, man, I don't know what I'm doing now. This is kind of like where I'm like, no, I'm second guessing, I need to turn it off. Because it's your tarot card reading. But Spirit sometimes gets me to talk about some very strange stuff. And I'll give you this for the camera, is that when the camera is on, you don't have time to really sit back and think and gather your thoughts of what that is when the camera's on, right? So that's why sometimes I back up and think, oh no, I'm gonna like stop, right? But okay, so where are your messages? Because I don't know, I get a feeling that probably some of you that have been asking in the comment section, you could really have Sagittarius in your chart, and you have a lot of burning desired questions, right? But that's one thing that you will always feel when you're spiritually waking up, that there's always a question to an answer. Like, you always need an answer for it, right? You always need to find an answer. That's Virgo energy. That is physically spiritual people. Is that you always feel that there's an answer that needs to be found. Like, you've always got to find something. Well, that's just death. You know, that's Scorpio energy as well. That's constantly feeling like a 9 as well, but like also death. It's because everybody like, don't be so bleak. Well, I would, because I have a Scorpio rising, right? Everybody's going to die in life. Everybody's going to die in life, but everybody wants everything right now. Well, Scorpio energy means a milestone in life, that you can't have everything your own way, which is myself. I have to take that kind of energy on myself, right? You can't have everything all in one go, right? A hurdle in life has to be met first. Why do I not believe in law of attraction and self-worth and self-love and everything else? It's because of astrology, and I'm not an astrologer. But it definitely tells me within spirit that you'll only ever act accordingly to your chart. You'll have what you have when you have it, you'll meet who you're supposed to meet, and everything else that you do within a job. Say if you take a job and you feel, right, you know what, I'm going to quit this crap because I can't take this shit anymore. Danny Glover, number 7. I can't take this anymore. I'm going to quit, right, and be a quitter, and I'm going to go and get myself another job. I don't want to do that, right? But I'm going to do that anyway, right? So you go for another job and it turns out to be awful and you hate it, right? You soon start to realise, I don't want to do this job anymore. I am going to quit. I'm going to go back to doing something else. There was your free will. You took it. You took a chance. You had free will. You left your job. You went to another one, right? There you go. If that job doesn't work out, what do? You normally go back to your old one. You go back to your old self. You go back to old behaviour. Spirit pretty much says, this wasn't really meant to be. It was just temporarily. Temperance, right? Sagittarius, right? So you can be like, oh my God, I can't wait for this to happen. And then when you're doing it, you're like, man, this is actually quite not what I expected it to be. The expectation of it being great is great. But when I physically find myself in that situation, like a relationship, so some of you are looking for another job or you're going to get another job, right? So when you take these offers, you get an offer, but it's not about discovery, that you discover yourself until you're in it. That's self-discovery. You can't discover anything until you're in it. That's the Discovery Channel, right? So you're not going to discover life until you're in it, right? So you have to take chances and take opportunities to learn what that is and not sit back as a person that's kind of like, well, why on earth am I talking about this? Because this doesn't really make much sense to me. It's okay, so main messages. Some of you are going for another job, right? You're probably looking for another job or you're just about to do it and you're just about to make a huge decision and leave somewhere to go to another. Now, some of you, you're thinking about leaving your partner and going back to your ex, or leave your partner and go and find another place. Because I'm definitely hearing that you're like, you might be thinking about leaving your place, or okay, there might be something to do with around place. So, and I said that in another reading, it's something to do around a caring, people that work for the NHS and caring field. That people, because here there's a place called The Place and the house and whatnot, and it's Askham House, right? And it's to do with like going from place to place, from town to town. So some of you might work in the caring field or the NHS or hospitals is what I'm picking up, like hospital clerk, hospital people, working for elderly people out there on the front line of the NHS and all that kind of stuff is really what I'm picking up, right? So you're kind of, you might be looking into things like the coronavirus, because I know that a lot of the vaccines are all kind of being thrown around at the moment. I'm definitely picking up like big energy of NHS for some reason. NHS and vaccines, the name Maxine or Maxi or Vaxi, vaccination, Vox, also Vauxhall. Some of you drive a Vauxhall. I'm hearing Cavaliero, Vauxhall Cavalier. Wow, that's an old motor. Vauxhall Cavalier. Kavalauskas, my sister. Kavalauskas, there you go. So, well, this is Spirit. I can't tell you my personal stuff. It's not my sister, it's Castle's my sister. Cavalier, I'm hearing Cavalier or Cavaliero or something like that. Or Kavalauskas, right? But something to do with like, I'm like going on the front line. Well, I'll give you that because I forgot I was doing Sagittarius. I just realised I was talking about it, sorry. I don't want to freak you out because my like sister doesn't watch this. But she is, I found out yesterday, that she is stopping doing caring. She works in the caring field and she's stopping doing that, and she's going on the front line of NHS and physically doing vaccines for people, and going to be doing the coronavirus, where you go into a hospital or wherever it is that she's being designated, and she'll go in there on the front line in order to vaccinate people, and she's going to take a big chance, and physically she starts today. So I hope you get on all right, sweetheart. I very much doubt that you'll be watching this, because I don't want to put the jeepers up you. So some of you, you're kind of like this energy of you're possibly looking for another job, right? Now that could relate to a lot of you that are doing this like programming thing in a program, right? Trying to sort out this program, which would be like organizing people. Okay, you go there, you go there, you go there, and you go there, right? So you might work for a traveling agent or a traveling company or a traveling salesman. Some of you probably named Sal, right? Could be eat, read, whatever. Something to do with like Libra energy is definitely here. Buying and selling. That's generally for a lot of people, though, to be honest. Something to do with, yeah. I'm sorry for all of you folk that do tarot card readings, and I'm sorry if I ever come across as if I'm not interested, and I'm sorry for that. It might just be my Scorpio side, but like I said, I have a different way of believing. I really do, right? And I have a different way of channeling, and I see things completely different, right? And I don't want to explain a lot of my process because it would seem very strange to others, where I don't want to rub people up the wrong way. Like, I really don't want to rub people up the wrong way, right? And that's God's honest truth. So I have like a very difference of opinion of people that I'm not saying that I what can I explain it? People that do the same job as me, right? People that do the same job as me, I'm going to have a completely different way of looking at it, right? So as my placements, more than likely my placements kind of tell me that, you know, that's not what I believe in. Like, you believe in something, and that is absolutely fine for you to do whatever it is that you want to do and what you believe in, right? That is completely and utterly fine. But for me, I don't see things that way. Like, I really don't. And for me to be able to be a part of something like that, I would see things completely and utterly differently, right? And I might end up rubbing people up the wrong way by saying something, by using my Aquarian third house, which is I don't have a filter. And if I start seeing things like where I think that people are probably being, I don't know, brainwashed or something that I think, man, that's absolute crap. Like, that's not like you, not what you're doing, not your job, but the info. Like, if my information is different than others, I can't join in and say, yeah, no, you're right, you know, and let that continue to happen, because as my job and my spirit would be like, nah, bruv, no, that's, you know, that's wrong, you know. So in order to stop rubbing people up the wrong way is where I just go really to my chart, and I just stick with myself, which is kind of selfish, really, and I don't want to come across that way, but that really is kind of like my belief, right? Is that I just don't want to rub people up the wrong way, and I don't want to give people a wrong impression by me believing so strongly in something different than what others may do. And I never want to come across the wrong way, but my chart kind of makes me act a certain way, is what I believe in. So why am I talking about this again to you, Sagittarius? Okay, I will get on with your messages, Sag. Okay, but when I normally get things like this, sometimes I think, okay, I'm going to have to speak about it, but I have got your messages of what they're more than likely going to be for you. Okay, like law of attraction and things like that. I'm hearing Laura, the name Laura. Someone's obsessed about something, like 3 Lauras, but like obsessed. I'm picking up obsessed about something. Okay, so you're formed an obsession for a person or a thing. Another Stephen, but you've formed an obsession about something, is what I'm picking up. Okay, I'm picking up like possession, so I'm picking up Scorpio energy, right? Yeah, because I'm hearing like standing out in the crowd, and that's been coming up in 2 other readings, which was Paul Weller in the crowd. And I feel like I'm falling. Like, I feel like I'm going to be fooled or tricked. Like, I don't know what this is. Like a hat trick, could be a 3, could be a Pisces, could be a third party. It could be like I feel like I'm going to be fooled and tricked again. Back into it again. Jen, or Gen, or Glenn, the name Glenn. Okay. Yeah, so sorry about that, about the not fitting in stuff, but you know, when it comes to my belief is something that I believe in wholeheartedly, right? Wholeheartedly. So I don't fit in with a lot of people. So that's the only way that I keep this intact, right? Is standing by my beliefs. And because mine are so strong, is that's the way I keep my belief, right? And I don't like arguing with people. So I don't like to not believe in others, but I don't like... Oh, it's weird, man. This message here, I don't know what it's for here. Scorpio. I don't know what it's for. So we're going to have to come off the spiritual part because I would more than likely, when I'm not doing a tarot reading for a star sign, I would be able to think more clearly and just be able to give over answers and stuff like that, right? But I've had a lot of people asking me about it. It's really, I've been doing this since, I've been this way since I was a kid, right? Since I was a kid. And it's really because of where my sun is placed, I feel. It's a lot of spiritual placements, but really because my sun and moon are close, very, 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 very close together, parts in certain things. But I'm not an astrologer, so, you know, I don't go off all of that. But something about front line, like fall in, front line, flat line. Some of you are dealing with like hospitals and people that may flatline, like beep. Like, so I don't know what that is if you work in hospitals or caring community or anything around flat lying. Someone's lying in a flat. It might be a Leo, they might not be lying, but they're lying down in a flat. Or they're lying in a flat. Leos, there's big Leo's energies lying here, and I don't know whether it means lying down or physically lying. I don't know, but yeah, because you've got this like trick or treat. So April Fools, that's it. April Fools. So when I channel, I've got no how far these go out, right? April Fool's Day, like I'm going to be fooled in April. Unless I'm called April. 3113 on the clock. So you're dealing with Scorpio. 4 and 4. So 8. So you're dealing with Scorpio. And you're dealing with Aquarius here. And also Leo. Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio. So watch the Scorpio reading. Whoever it is here that has a Sagittarius placement, doesn't matter whether it be Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node. Doesn't matter, right? Doesn't matter. Any of those placements, that's what I was going to... Thank you, Spirit. That's what I was going to say. Okay, that was a question from somebody. Sorry about your tarot card reading, Sagittarius. I will get on with it in a minute. It's probably where everyone's bored. Say, for instance, right, when you're watching, when I'm channeling and stuff, like tarot card readings and how I can get so confused sometimes, is because out of all the people that you know, right, is a person that has that in their chart. So for instance, right, my mother has a Sagittarius North Node, right? North Node Taurus. That's why we don't get on, because our North Node is Taurus and my South Node is Rising is Scorpio. We do not and ever will or have ever got on through that placement, because they're opposite of the same completely. Right, obsessed about kids, children, don't want to be Scorpio, don't ask me personal questions, you're really getting on my nerves, stop keep interfering in my life. Taurus, I want to know everything about your relationship, Hierophant, Taurus, blah, 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 blah. Talking, to a Scorpio that finds it, oh, hold on a second, well, that's too much, right? Don't ask me about that kind of stuff. Taurus, I'm coming straight at you for it, right? Clash of the Titans, right, so within your placement. So that's big, strong family karma for me. So when you look at tarot card readings, for instance, right? Anybody, like my sister, for instance, Sagittarius. I've got friends, Sagittarius, right? I would be in this reading because I know those people, right? So if I talk to them, or anything, even if I don't talk to them, I'm part of their soul group, right? So everybody believes in the intergalactic, everybody's connected. So whenever it is that you watch a tarot card reading, right? People are going to be in that star sign. So say, for instance, I haven't got any kind of placement in my, say, I don't know, well, I know a lot of people, so I'm in every single goddamn reading. But like, I don't know, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, say Capricorns, right? I don't know many Capricorns at all. I would be in there, right? Because there's going to be somebody in my life that knows me that has a Capricorn placement of 6, right? So, how am I going to explain this? It is really complex. But like I said, Sagittarius, for instance, right? I know quite a few Sagittarius people and also placements of. So in a Sagittarius reading today, presently, what I'm doing for you is going to be in this reading. I will be, right? Because that person would watch it and think, you know what? That sounds like my friend Steve, right? That sounds like my son, right? So I hope you get that, right? So your channel messages, sorry Sagittarius to keep dragging on. Okay, so your messages are around planning, construction working, going on the front line of the NHS, right? Because they keep saying fallout or front line or flat line. Flat line, front line, flat line, front line, right? So going on these kind of things, right, is out there in the public, in the general public. Someone could have just got out of prison. Something is going out into the general public, which is like tarot card readers and God knows what else, right? It's going out into the general public. This is also going to work out in the general public. So some of you, like I said, if you work in the caring community or anything like that, you might be going out into the general public to help people from house to house. And I go from town to town. That was in another one, right? I think it was Cancerian. I'm not sure. You'll have to watch. The song was in 2 readings. I go from town to town. I'm as lonely as a clown, right? So, calm down. You might be like experiencing a certain job. I'm hearing the experience. I used to be called the 7 Experience. Somebody actually found my old thing, I think it was. I'm sorry, I can't even remember how to sign into that. But like the experience, right? So some of you, like I said, you're going to be going from like a house to a house to a house to a place to a place to a place, and you're like a traveling salesman, or you go around places to sell things to people. Don't know what that's like with the coronavirus, but I'm picking up someone that goes from here to here to here to here to here to here. Now, if you're a part of the physical healing community, not spiritual, no, the people that really are on the front line, which is the NHS, right? They're the people that are going to like to go and get coronavirus checked. The people that are physically out there in the NHS working, as I think is more spiritual and more goddamn anything than anybody else, is the people that are physically doing their job, which are the people of NHS that are working for us in order to help us survive, right? So some of you are physically doing that kind of thing, and you're in the NHS care working. For those that are not, you might be looking at a program. Some of you are computer programmers or analysts, and you work on a computer mainly, right? Some of you, you're looking into the programs, right? The programs of people's minds, the matrix, right? Some of you are like, you spend a long time on like gadgets, like go gadget, Gadge. Somebody called Gadge or Gadget. Gavin also. Other messages here for you. Planning permission, needing a permit in order to be able to do it. Some people were doing it the wrong way. When you start off a business, you got to do it the right way, right? You've got to do it the right way, right? When I did this, I went straight to the tax company and told them that I was a business. I was classed as a business, right? Something to do with around copyright and copying. Right, anything that is copyright, as soon as YouTube and you hit that button and say you've got 10,000 subscribers, God knows how many hours of people, because you have to have loads of hours, loads of interaction, watch time hours, God knows what else. Some of you work a 12-hour shift. It could be a Pisces, but you work a 12-hour shift. Okay. When you've got all of those, if you have anything to do with that shouldn't be on your channel, you'll get copyright striked, because you then hit the look at my channel YouTube in order to give me adverts. If you've got anything on your channel that is copyright, they will flag your YouTube instantly, and they will deny you what everybody feels as if, well, I need to do a YouTube channel because it's for the money. No. If you're in it for the money, no. If you're in it for the money, it's going to be a long time before you earn any from YouTube, right? Trust me, it is. It's a long time before you earn any money on YouTube, right? So if you're just starting that kind of thing, be prepared that you've got to put hours and 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 years and years and years and years into it, right? That's you not giving up. Good luck, right? Now, if you're looking at copyright stuff, and these messages are here and I need to talk about it because that's what they say, because I do what they say, if you're looking at anything like that and you've got anything on your YouTube that you shouldn't have on there, you'll get copyright strike. As soon as you get copyright strike, they'll deny you access to being able to put adverts on it. So if you're swearing, drinking, or anything that you shouldn't be doing on a YouTube channel, that is physically seen as in their clause that you shouldn't really be doing that because it's on YouTube. It depends. It really does depend. But if it's like copyright music and all this kind of stuff, and you don't have the legal rights to it, you get copyright striked, right? So be careful around copyright strike. Music, all this kind of stuff. If you've got music in the background and it's from the radio and it's not yours, this is why I have Angel Radio. This is why I make my own music, and I also produce music as well as a music producer. As I make music, I sometimes use them as intros and music. It's because it's my own. I own the rights to it. I make it, right? So, okay. So that. So if you've got music or anything like this on a channel, you'll get flagged. You'll get copyrighted. If you get 3 copyright strikes, they take your channel away from you, right? So be very careful around any kind of messages that may be there from you, from Spirit, to give you those messages. Anything around copyright, if it is not yours and you do not own the rights to it, you'll have it taken away from you. And you can have your channels taken away from you too. Okay, so be very careful around that. That's what my Spirit is saying. Okay, so because another reading had 3 strikes and you're out. 3 strikes and you're out, right? So I don't know what this is for. Main messages again. Sorry. Main messages again. Something to do with around NHS, key workers, drug rehabilitation centre or people that work at the NHS, planning permission, looking for planning permission and building rights, looking for permits, right? A permit. You have to have a permit. You have to have a worker's permit. It's like if you went from here to say Canada, you would need a permit in order to be there. You would need, you know, a green card and so on and so forth. Everything is pretty much the same, right? So you need a permit. You need to do it the right way. If you're not doing it the right way, eventually it will catch up with you. So make sure right from the start you do it right from the start. Do it properly. Okay. If not, it will catch up with you later. So you got all those kind of things. Some of you are looking into programs, computer programs, analysts, that kind of thing. Some of you are looking into, like, because I can see a white piece of paper with things being drawn up on it, which is like a person that does groundworks, footings, like a architect that says, okay, this is structure. Some of you have having to do a Cerebus. Is it Cerebus? I don't know. It's 2020, 2021 Cerebus or whatever it is. It's a 10-year thing. Okay, that in building, so on the computer, right, your Cerebus or whatever it's called. I done it yesterday. Okay, also they're saying about 10-year cycle, right? Now, it might be having something to do with Capricorn, because I pick up Capricorn energy, right? X marks the spot. Don't ask me why. But, okay, 10-year man. When you're looking at building permission and planning permission, I used to be a bricklayer, okay, you get what we used to call the 10-year man that used to come around, right? That when you're building a house, the 10-year man will come around as if to say, is the, like, you know, if this person doesn't pass it, then they're going to say, no, you can't have it. Like, you can't do it, right? Because you have to have building permission, you have to have God knows what else, and you have to have the 10-year man to come around in order to say that that's a structure that is going to be safe, like a health and safety guy, really. But I think a lot of you are looking into planning and building and all these kind of things, like footings, groundwork, like planning permission, having to do it the right way. Because if you don't do it the right way, and you have something built, and you haven't done it that right way, later on, you can get done and they'll say, no, you're going to have to tear all that down. Even though you've built it and you've spent all this money on it, we don't give a shit. You either do it the right way or it gets taken down later. If anybody grasses you up or you get caught or anybody comes around to visit, they know, right? So be very careful. Always make sure that you do the things correctly in the right manner. This is word of advice right from the beginning of everybody. Always make sure you do the right thing for the start, right? Because if you ever have a guilty conscience, that will plague you forever. And if you have a guilty conscience, you'll start acting upon your conscience. And the last thing what you want is to be turned into a little cricket, right? Which was Jimmy Cricket, right? A conscience. It's got a guilty conscience. Someone called Jim, or James, or Jimmy, or Jay, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jays, anybody like that, or anybody. I'm looking at Jimmy Cricket. He got turned into a cricket. He had a conscience, right? He had a conscience. So something to do with his mother and father, stepmother, stepfather. Sorry, we're looking at Jimmy Cricket. But had a stepmother, stepfather, treated badly. He wanted to be free and he wanted to be a cricket. So he had a conscience. So he's a counsellor. So some of you are physical counsellors and you deal with counselling for people's conscience, right? But constitutional rights is also what I'm picking up. My constitutional rights. So I don't know if anybody's a copper here, but like constitutional rights, these are my rights. Okay, somebody could be having their rights read against them, like reading someone's rights. Okay, you have the right to remain silent. You have the right to an attorney. Blah 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 blah. Say nothing. You know, this kind of thing. I'm hearing that you have the right to remain silent. So I don't know if it's anything to do around Pisces, because I'm seeing handcuffs. Okay, and that is in this deck. So you have the right to remain silent. Some of you are dealing with the High Priestess. Silence. A silent witness to something. Something that I've witnessed that I can't release, that I can't let go of. So I don't know if this is a guilty conscience, that somebody has a guilty conscience. That's normally when the ego will start to plague somebody. Their ego will then start to tell them all kinds of things and they will be very analytical. You really could be dealing with something to do with Scorpio energy. You have to watch that. Okay. Has a guilty conscience of something, because I'm definitely hearing Jimmy Cricket as a conscience, a guilty conscience. Gil, the name Gil or Bill, but as a conscience. Guilty conscience. They've done something. Somebody has done something here. Well, my spirit says regardless of whether you believe it or not, there's your intuition. So, I ain't going to tell you to follow your intuition. You got to find out information. Me, and this is the way I deal with my intuition. This is how you make your intuition grow stronger. You let people lie, right? If they're lying, if they're holding something against you or whatever it is, you know, if say you're in a relationship and someone's chet or something like that, right? And they've been cheating in a relationship, blah, 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 so on and so forth, right? That person's guilty conscience will plague that person for quite a while. This is for people that are in relationships, right? Not metaphysical, in physical relationships, right? You're in a relationship. If you've cheated, right, a guilty conscience of how your intuition will work in the end is the fact that spirit will, always put my hands in the hands of fate, because I believe in fate, right? I believe in my spirit wholeheartedly, right? So when my spirit gets me to do something, that's because I have an urge and a feeling that, okay, they've asked me pretty much to reconcile with an ex, or they've pretty much asked me to do this, or they've asked me to do that. Fearlessly go into it without an ego attached to it. If a person has done wrong, spirit will sort that out, karma will just sort that out in the end. But not if you're like, yeah, this person's going to get their karma because I want them back, or I just want something bad to happen to this person. That'll never happen. That'll never happen. I'm on about where you go fearlessly into something with a clear conscience, right? Is to let somebody keep doing it to you without thinking about it, without knowing about it, without worrying about it, anything like that. If that person has done that, that will plague them with a guilty conscience. A person that has a guilty conscience will manifest confusion and shit into their life physically. Why? Because energy is a seed of intent. It's what's created by the mind, right? If a person has an extremely guilty conscience for something, they will run around like a fucking headless chicken acting very sketchy. Now, why does a person act very sketchy? Because they've got a lot of shit on their mind. What is that? Now, if a person doesn't speak that truth, because they've got that all on their mind, that person will think very negatively over and over and over again about what they did or what they done or what they didn't do. So it'll plague them. So they torment themselves. But what do they end up manifesting into reality after time? Karma. There's where you get your karmic from. People that talk about the karmics. The people that are spiritual, that are going off their goddamn nut, are the people that get the karma. That's how you sort that out. It's not the other people's fault or to blame. It's what comes back to yourself of plaguing your head of like, oh my God, I'm going off my goddamn nut. Why? Because I'm creating that myself, right? So I have a guilty conscience of something that I'm doing that I know or physically have no idea what I have done or what I am doing. I'm clueless of my compass being completely and utterly out of whack. That's why I see spiritual people as absolutely batshit crazy. I'm sorry, But I do. Right? Because who is it that's desperate to grasp hold of an energy? Right? Is it a normal person out there of Joe Blogs? Too late. You took the blue pill, right? You've been watching tarot card readings for God knows how long. We're on the spiritual journey. Do you think that's easy? Do you think being spiritual is easy? Like everybody's like, oh God, it's so lovely that we're all in the spiritual community. Right? How's it been so far? Good luck, right? Which is survival of the fittest. Fuck everybody else. Good luck on your journey, right? You know, because eventually when you get up here, you're kind of like, man, what's wrong with you? I'm glitching out like the Matrix. I'm going off my goddamn nut. Right, I can't work this out. I don't know what's going on with myself. Right? So, whoa, what's going on with you, guilty conscience? What's going on? God knows. You must have done something. No? Are you sure? Yeah. Okay. Let's carry on. Guilty conscience, guilty conscience, guilty conscience. What is wrong with you in your head? Guilty conscience, guilty conscience, guilty conscience. What are you manifesting? Probably your ex back into your life. Well, at least a thought, at least a trigger, at least a memory, right? At least a memory, Emery, but at least a memory of it. Ah! Good luck. Good luck with your karma. There you go, right? Guilty conscience. So, whatever it is, spirit sorts it out, right? You hold your head up high, take it on the chin. Never mind, at least I tried. Right? Intuition. The whole part of the story. My intuition got stronger. I done it. I had a free will choice. I done it. I learned by my mistake. But did you ever do it again? More than likely. Right? But at least I learned about being a stronger empath. I'm an empath! A strong empath, right, is a person that knows, okay, what's fear relate to, right? Anxiety, panic attacks, God knows what else. I get knocked down, I get back up and do the same thing. I get knocked down again, right, skip on. Stupidity, boxing, fighting, right? So, I'll get back up, okay, we do it again. The definition of madness of where we are physically in hell, right? Capricorn, we are in the pits of hell. Fighting to get out of it, paying back our karma to society. Oh man, what the fuck? Why am I talking about all this bullshit? You could be dealing with a Taurus. But like, yeah man, I could go on for days, really. I mean, is this interesting, or has everybody just clicked off and they're like, who's this goddamn blonde idiot that thinks he knows everything? Where's my tarot card reading? I'm just giving you it. Sorry. Yeah, planning for mission, drawing it up, NHS, looking at all those kind of things, computer programs, looking at a program, fitness, health, weightlifting, looking at your health physically, going to the gym or running one, drawing up plans, possible building, possible planning permission, people that work in the NHS. Some of you are just on the guilty conscience line. Some of you are Jimmy Cricket. Jimmy Cricket. Good luck with your conscience. That's all I'd say. Okay, so or looking for constitutional rights as well. Okay, the rights to something. Copyrights, but there you go. Music, anything like that. No, not if it's someone else's. If it's someone else's, no, you more than likely won't get permission from someone else's music. You'll get flagged. You'll get striked. Okay, so let's see. Sagittarius, sorry, I'm completely and utterly zonked into the out the matrix. Out. Get out. Let's see. Sagittarius, what they got coming up from the 23rd, I think. Sorry, I'm really delaying things this today. From the 23rd, Sagittarius. So, an idea, there you go, seed of intent, talking, kid, but you may not be. What is it? Is it the page? Yeah. So, you may not be talking with this person, but I can guarantee you that you're thinking about them. This is also Gary, your father or your stepfather may be called Gary. Okay, but I'm hearing guarantee. Like I'm looking for a guarantee. Like I'm looking for Gary. I keep saying looking for Gary, looking for Gary, looking for Gary. But I'm looking for a guarantee, right? I need you to guarantee me something in my life that you're not going to do this, right? But this could be something that's going on at home if you've got, well, if you've got kids. If you ain't got kids, you're a kid of someone, right? I'm hearing kid. Kids on the block, new kids on the block. That came up in a new reading. Jenny on the block, Jenny on the block, new kids on the block, Jenny. Jenny's on the block, Jenny's on the block, Jenny's on the block. Jennifer Lopez, Layla. You got me on my knees, Layla. Could be dealing with Danielle Martin. Are you watching? But you could have a kid called Layla here, or Danielle. But like, yeah, Layla. Some of you, like I said, you're looking at plans here. You are physically like looking to plan something, because this is an easel. Some of you are like a weasel. Some of you are going on simples. Simple Simon Pisces. Someone called Cynthia Simon. And then also looking at simple.com or whatever it is. Market.com or something like that, right? But it's simple. It's simple. But it's simple, Simon. Look, all you need to do is stand in front of this easel. Weasel. I keep hearing weasel. Or someone going, like wheezing. Or someone that's very pleasing, like teasing someone. Someone's just teasing a person. Teasing. That's not good, right? Teasing. This is why I don't like flirts. Sorry, but I don't like flirts. I like people that are serious, not flirts. Sorry, but I don't. But, yeah. Someone's just flirting, teasing. Yeah, some of you really are looking at this blank canvas and you're kind of thinking, what do I do about this plan? What plan is it that I need to do now? You know, I need to plan forward. We need to plan a night out, is what I'm hearing. We need to plan a night out or plan something. Like I said, things through the channel messages. I'm really not concentrating on your tarot card reading. Sagittarius, Libra, there you go. Well, they had dodgy company, dodgy business for quite some time, something that was going on with them here. But yeah, this came up in another reading. This was blind, like blind faith, like I'm the name Faith or Faith Livia. But like I'm looking at blind faith. I'm going into this blind, like blind leading the blind. Is like no clue what's going to happen. No idea. Because there's an energy here of influence, because justice can be a very flirtatious, teasing energy because it's Libra. So it can be someone that is tempting and alluring, but also leading someone up the garden path, which means that somebody could be influencing a person here. Somebody that is very influenced, but this is a friend, someone that's influencing you here. So whatever it is, of whoever it is that you know that's got Libra in their chart, they're influencing you. That's what they keep saying. Now, whether that's good or bad, you'll have to watch your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus or Jupiter and see what that has come through where this card has been. Okay. But influence, they're influencing you into something. Now, whether that's good behaviour or bad behaviour, because I am hearing that this would also be a rehabilitation centre. So it's trying to reconnect. Trying to reconnect. Wow, I'm hearing a song by the Cardigans. Reconnect. The Cardigan. Somebody wears a cardigan. But also they sung, love me, say that you love me. Tease me, just say that you need me. I don't care about anything but you. Yeah, this is a friend. This came up for another reading where there was a How can we be lovers if we can't be friends? There's lesbi friends right here. Or there's a same-sex relationship somewhere. But that came up in another reading where it was being influenced by another woman, where a person had had a thing for a person, but this person's more than likely dropped the bomb of like, but I love you, Jano, right? So there's this kind of energy of like, oh, okay. Like, okay, well, I thought we were friends. And it's like, yeah, we are friends, aren't we? It's like, yeah, we're friends, but I don't know about lesbian friends because I don't know if I am. There's someone that's very confused here about their sexuality and they don't know whether they are or not. It's kind of like they're thinking about it, but they don't know. And they're looking at a friend as if to say, man, you're looking sort of sweet over there with your sweet cheeks. But this sweet cheeks person might be like, I don't know. I don't know. That's what I'm hearing. This is a computer says no. Little Britain moment. So there's Gavith. It's the only gay in the village. Well, like the village people is also what I'm hearing. Someone that lives in a village. But yeah, Gavith or Gavin. That's the Gavin or Gavith. Gwyneth. Someone's from Wales. It's the Gwyneth. You're dead, Gwyneth. Look at the pub then, is it? It's like, that's the only gay in the village, is the Gwyneth? Yeah, someone could be from Britain here. Britain. Oh, Britannia! Is what I'm hearing. Tanya. Oh, Britannia! Tanya. Tatiana. T-Rex. Well, she's dirty, sweet, get 'em back on my back, girl, I love you. She's dirty, sweet, oh yeah. Get it on, bang a go, get it on. Burp, 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 burp. See? You see, Lucy? Lucille? Elvis is back in it. This person doesn't know whether they're coming or going. What's the matter? So this is, look, follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. All you have to do is just clap your shoes together 3 times and you can be wherever you want. Where is it that you want to go? There's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. I belong at the home. I might even work in a place called the home. But there's no place like home. But I'm sorry, home. But I'm leaving, homie. I'm leaving. I'm sorry, but I've got to go. I can't stay here anymore. I've got to leave. Is this work? I'm on annual leave. I can't be here anymore. This might be representing the baby and the child that I predicted that was involving a Libra woman that gave birth to the golden child. Why was the golden child a golden child? Because it was actually predicted by me of its name, its size, its shape, a Pisces, and the fact that it was actually born on my birthday. The golden child. That little squiddly peep is a 7 Pisces. What do you know? And it relates to my girlfriend, right? But yeah, I've been predicting that for the last 6-7 months or more. Camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2, camera 1. Cameron. Okay. This is a newborn child that just get me to look at that could well be from a Libra. Doesn't have to be the name of Cameron. But yeah, Cameron, candid camera. Someone's very candid as well. Candid. Or Candice. I'm also picking up Candice. Or candid camera. Candid camera. Someone's very candid on camera. Hi everybody! How's everybody doing? That's what I'm hearing. A bit like a, what do you call it moment? Like a Little Britain. Hello everybody! How is everyone now? Yay! Come on then! Sorry, Sagittarius. Like, that's just my humour, man. Well, that's my Aquarius turn outside, right? But you know, you have to forgive people for who they are within their charts. Where do you get, right? Where do you get? Well, you leave. You're on annual leave here. So where are you going to go then? I'm sorry, but I'm going to leave my job because I'm on annual leave and I'm pregnant, or I'm on annual leave, or I've got to leave my job because this is leaving wherever it is that you reside here, because this is work. this would be a boss, regardless of whether you look at it as whether your boss is a Libra. This would be an organisation, right? So I can't organise you. I can't. Nothing compares to you, Chris Cornell. Nothing compares to it, but I'm going to have to leave. Like I'm on annual leave, or I'm going to have to leave my job because it's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something more. There is something also here around like your love life possible of like, yeah, well I can't stay here. Like I can't stay here long. I've got to get going now. Don't flip out when it comes to tarot. That doesn't mean a person's walking out on you in a relationship. It just means that somebody is going. Now, this could be a friend, it could be job, it could be you simply just walking home from work at night. Sorry, but I'm going to have to go out there at night, right? So, yeah, nighttime shift, the night shift. Some of you, if you really are arguing with your partner and they are mainly concerned around a Libra, this is where this person kind of drifts in and out of a Libra energy from work to work, from work to work, from work to work. It's like two pot. Petit two pois, Rodders. Someone's from London. You all right there, Rodney? Petit two pois, Rodders. What? Petit two pois, Rodders. Petit two pois. Chantel, you all right there, Chantel? But yeah, mange two, Rodney. Mange two. Try and get a Cockney trying to talk French. You all right there, Rodders? Mange two, Rodders. Charlie ton compois. Trying to get any British person to speak a different language. You're having a fucking laugh, aren't you? British people talk pygmy. You right there, bruv? How you getting on? Petit two pois. What's up, Nige? That's a British person. How you getting on, Dave? How's your rave, Dave? It's like, yeah, bruv, I'm alright. Can you speak French? Yeah, Petit two pois, Rodders. Nice one, Rodney. That's about as much as you get out of a different language from those people. Well, from me. From other people. It's like, we know how to rock a Romney, we know how to cover pie, but can you draw a chicken with a mushy jelly pie? Dick, I draw a Corey mush. What's up with that, would you? Right? That's how people talk around here. You right there, Jory? You right there, Corey? Oh, dig at the chavvy, look. Dig at him, look. You right there, boy? You right there getting on there, Corey? Can you draw a chicken with a mushy jelly pie? What? Was it? Oh, did I do your video on that kind of boy? What? What are you talking about? There's going to be some British folk listening to this. I'm telling you now, boy. There's a Romney up in here. There's a rocker. You right there, rocker? You right there, rocker boy? Anyway, there's a rocker up in here. What's a rocker, Steve? A rocker Romney. A Romney gypsy. Rocker. You right there, rocker? How you getting on there, rocker? You right there, Chubby? You right there, Charving? You right there, Charval? Anyway, so where on earth is your reading going? Have you got others to do? Yeah, Steve. Have you took all your energy up? No, not really. Let's see. Sagittarius. One more card. Just one more. One night in heaven. One night. Some of you are really not talking to your partner. Some of you are playing a childish game. This is child's game. This person could be a very young person here and they've got no idea how to be in a relationship. Well, I don't know. It could be. It depends if your person's speaking or not, but pages normally don't. So it's like, well, I'm going to have to go and see Elaine Page. Where do you want to go, Cinders? I want to go and see Elaine Page. I want to go and see Dolly Parton. But like, yeah, well, I mean, you're walking towards possibly a new person here. Like, you could have a really, like, it's like you've either got clients, people, friends, and you're just like, because I'm definitely hearing lesbian friends, right? I'm going to see my friend. I'm going to see a cat about a dog, Leo. But Libra is right in the middle of this, influencing the whole thing. And why does that worry me? I'll tell you. Because these are fresh. These are fresh off the press, right? With a big card of Libra right here. This is where a business can coach you or influence you into thinking or being anything. Please tell me that nobody out there is a life coach. You do not have that responsibility of saying to people that you are a life coach. No. No, not if you're a tarot card reader. No, if you're a tarot card reader, you are not a life coach. No. You can claim yourself as whatever you like. But I do not believe in life coaches. Right? It's up to people what they want to believe, right here. But trust me, back in the day, everybody, as soon as they had a tarot card channel, they would go to Extraordinaire Life Coach. Unless you're a gym and you work at the gym and you coach people and do all that kind of thing. Yeah, well, that's a life coach, right? There's someone that's teaching you about diet, right, and teaching you about traveling and stuff like that. Travel agents, right? A physical guide of a person. Me, I'm cast as a advisor. I'm an advisor. Right? I advise you. It's up to you. I advise you to do something or not to do it. But generally, people are stupid, and they listen to it and they pay no attention to it. Or when a message comes up, you have absolutely no idea that that message is going to be for you, right? And you look back at a reading and think, "Oh my God, that happened, and I didn't know that it was going to." No, you don't know your karma. I can tell you all these kind of things is why it's a prediction of future, because you're going to go and do it, because you'll do it. Trust me, you will do it. Because it's written for you to do it, right? Sorry. But yeah, you will only understand what that is when you're like, shit, I should have listened to the Leo reading or something, and they told me about all this kind of stuff, and I didn't actually realise that they were talking about that was me. I thought it was somebody else, Cinders, right? But no, it actually probably meant myself. 11:11 on the clock. Okay. Clients, people, children. Some of you are really not talking to your partner here. It's possibility. It's a good possibility that you're not, right? Because they are pages. They are clients. They are people, right? But it's being influenced by Libra. Whatever this is the ringleader. This is the ringleader, right? The name Lee or Leanne or Darren, Darren, but Dar. I dare you. This is okay. This person's daring people to do things. Like, they might even be doing it secretly to dare people to do stuff. This person's got a stare on them. Alistair. Steers. Gavin Steers or Elliot Steers. That's probably the person that you got involved with when I was spiritually awakening, right, Libra? I think Danielle, you had. I mean, you'll never say whether you're watching or not. You never did. But yeah, you had Sagittarius, I think, in your chart, right? There you go. There's you calling out in the crowd, standing out in the crowd as usual, right, Danielle? Amongst all these people, getting all the attention off everybody. I'm definitely picking up an attention seeker. I really am. I'm sorry, but I am. Attention seeker. Tension, everybody, focus on me, Libra. Focus on me, Libra. Everybody, listen, I've got something to tell you. I've got some good news. I've just got a child. I've just got a baby. I've just got a new person. I've just got a new boyfriend. Everybody needs to know about it. Let's put it all over multimedia. Let's pass that on Twitter. Let's put it on Facebook. Let's put it everywhere. Let's class ourselves as boyfriend and girlfriend. Let's tell everybody that we are boyfriend and girlfriend. Let's tell everybody that we have a child. Let's tell everybody. Let's get a tannoy. Hannah! Let's tell everybody over a tannoy. But like, yeah, everybody's telling everybody, whatever it is. Listen, have you heard? Oh dear, see how your reading's going to turn out. That's an hour and 20 minutes. Oh my God, Sagittarius. That is your reading. Thank you so much for your support. Please get this reading out to as many people as you can. No, I'm only kidding. But yeah, any like, share, comment, support, anything like that is great. Your reading only goes over to the full access bundle. This is where I get slightly serious, right, about the cards. Full spread, clarify them, see what you got coming up. I have been doing the other people, but the reason why I don't do other people now is because I believe that you have to call out a star sign, right? So because you're indicative with so many people in life, if you get metaphysical connections and God knows what else, looking at the other person can be very confusing and influencing you into it not really probably being the story, right? So as a general reading, we're just going to stick with general readings over on the other side. Full spread, clarified, tell you what the incomes, outcomes, situations are, things that are going through someone's mind, what's happening, blah, 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 whatever it is, you'll get it over on the full access bundle. It's constantly, you get monthlies and full access to everything. It says exactly what it says on the tin. The full access bundle. Okay, if you want it, you can have it, but for a price, right? But yeah, so you can find... You can find it below in the show more section. Thank you so much, Sagittarius. I really do appreciate your time, and I'll see you soon.